We are definitely going spoiler free on this. Oh my god. Guys, I'm sorry, but holy god. So I can't even remember how this film came on my radar, but god damn it. This is literally this movie is so bad. Okay? It's on Netflix. It's like a Netflix original film. This movie is meant to be like a horror slash thriller film. And it is so bad. It is so painfully bad. This movie is so fucking awful. Oh my god. First off, look at the opening title card. Just look at this shit. Look how bad this looks. Like maybe I'm judging so harshly because the movie that ensues after this title card is so bad, but like, oh my fucking god. This looks like something that someone threw together in Photoshop in like 2 minutes. Okay? Like some bizarre, bland cousin of Times New Roman or something like that. I was just like, okay, it's a really shockingly underwhelming title card reveal, but let's move on. You know, kind of a small nuance to be bitching about. Let's let it go. Let's let it go. But no, the film just tanks, just tanks. Okay, this scene right here. What happens to him? Not the kid. Not the kid from what was this kid from? 13 Reasons Why. Not the kid. His dad. Okay, what happens to his dad? If you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. A certain something happens to the father. When that happens to the father, the way that moment is shot, it is shot in such a amateur and such a just cheap feeling way. Like it was just so poorly executed. I was like, what the fuck? Did they just have pennies to spend on this fucking film? God, that was just executed so poorly, so poorly. Is it just me as well? But like, in 13 Reasons Why, I thought genuinely he was acting his ass off. I thought he was just so good. He was so convincing in 13 Reasons Why. And I mean, it was just a versatile performance in 13 Reasons Why. But in this film, literally, it feels like he can't even act in this film. Like, I'm not sure what the director was telling him, but honestly, the best way I can describe his performance and his character is that he just feels like this angsty, sensitive asshole. like there's a few times where he went off on his mom, and granted, his mom said some triggering things to his character in the film, but like there were just some times where he goes off on his mom, or he makes certain comments to his mom where I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? Like, come on, you gotta be the man of the situation at the current time, the man of the house at the current time. Like don't be fucking dick. You know what your mom has been through? You know what I'm saying? Like there was one time where this guy, I can't remember what the hell his name was, but like this guy was just like very, very subtly just flirting with his mom. And the way that the son reacted, I was like, bro, like, back off, okay? Maybe your mom just needs to get dicked down by some chocolate dick, okay? Why don't you just back up, all right? Son? You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, this movie was so terrible. Another thing that is astounding about this film, it's meant to be a scary film, okay? It's the jump scares never work. Think about that. This movie is never scary, okay? I mean, unless like you've never seen a suspenseful or a great horror film, I mean, I mean, maybe if you've never seen a horror film, I mean, maybe you will find this movie terrifying. But for normal human beings who've spent our entire lives watching movies, oh my god, this movie is painfully unscary. I am not lying to you. It takes more than 50 minutes to get a full understanding of what's going on in the plot. Okay? Now, look, I love ambiguity. Like, I like The Leftovers, okay? Lost. The TV show, Lost. Or The Leftovers, okay? Which was, The Leftovers was a TV show on HBO. Now, David Lynch. Okay? I'm naming these things because this is surrealist art. This is art that is just full of questions and just intentionally is confusing and doesn't make sense. So look, if you want to present a plot that makes you ask questions as opposed to giving you answers, fair enough. But this film, especially in its execution, this is not the kind of film where you just have the audience, you just fill the audience with all these questions. No. When you have a film as poorly executed as this, you need to establish some things. You need to establish them early on. Because honestly, after 50 minutes, it's just like, okay, so what's stalking the son and the mother? Is it like a crazy person? Is it something supernatural? Like, the film literally feels like it is meandering for the first like 50-ish minutes. Think about that, okay? And like the first 50-ish minutes, there's so many moments where like the son will be walking somewhere and maybe like a shadow will walk behind him and he'll be like, and there's no one there. There's like so many moments like that that are so predictable and unscary. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god. Oh my god. And Jesus. Even the sound effects in the soundtrack. It's like the most lackluster, uncreepy soundtrack and unmemorable soundtrack and sound effects that I have heard in a horror film in a long time. I was like, holy good God. Like, is this a horror film or is this just a family drama film? Like, I thought this was supposed to be a thriller. I thought I was supposed to be afraid. Instead, I feel like I'm watching Teen Mom on MTV. Is that what the dumbass show was called? What was the dumbass show called? Hold on a second. What was that show called? Teen Mom. Is that what it was called? Yeah. I think it's on MTV. Yeah, like literally the first 50 plus minutes of this film feels like Teen Mom with spooky things happening. Oh my Christ! What else can I say about this? Just piece of shit. And then like this woman, they tried to make this woman like so scary and creepy. She's not. In fact, I actually found this character not only to be annoying, but like some of the executions of her character felt totally nonsensical. I was like, wait. How did she conveniently end up here? How is this character here at this time while this is happening? That doesn't even make sense. The odds of that happening. What else can I say? I think the reason why I'm not gonna just drop this movie off into like a 1 out of 10 rating is because you can tell that the people who made this film, they did try to some extent. Like this moment right here. I remember when I saw this moment right here, I was like, I mean, the movie's been garbage up until this point, but hey, I'll give them to them. This is kind of this is a fucked up scene right here. It's a fucked up scene. It's a little bit weird that this scene arrives after like an hour, but or there was another moment where the main character, the son. Let me see here. This cat right here. There's another scene where the son, he if it loads, There's a scene where he gets really, really cold towards the... Somewhere in the third act, there's a scene where he gets really, really cold. And I remember thinking, like, I mean, this fucking movie's fucking garbage. But, I mean, that was a clever idea right there. So, like, there's moments like that where it's like, okay, all right, you had good concepts, good concepts, but everything was just so poorly executed. The acting is so forgettable. The scares are ineffective, and they just don't work. The plot is just so cliched. Oh my god. And then, oh my god, when we get to this moment right here, I was like, don't you fucking dare. Don't you dare. Why did you put that scene right there? What? What are you trying to say? What? There's gonna be a sequel? Huh? It's coming back. Wait. People are supposed to be afraid of, like, open house situations. We're done. I'm gonna give the film Christ. I mean, you could tell someone tried, but what just a hot heap of garbage. You remember when Jeff Goldblum, he walks up to that mountain of shit in Jurassic Park? Yeah, that's kind of like what this movie is. That big old pile of shit. I'm feeling like a 3. I'm gonna go 3 out of 10. This movie was horrible, and worst of all, it committed 2 deadly sins for me. It was forgettable and boring. God, it just. All right, we're done. We're done. Let me know what you guys thought of this abomination. Good God, I haven't been this bored by a horror film in so long. Good Lord. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. I'm out. Your boy ain't got no more to say about that shit.